Good afternoon, Marion High School students. Mr. Rogers coming from my office up at Marion High School. It's March 24th, 2020. I just wanted to reach out to you guys, make sure you guys are doing okay. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully your families are well. And hopefully everything's going okay on your extended spring break here. If you recall, a couple days ago I emailed out to you guys just some questions as the news came out last week about K-12 schools closing. I know you guys had some questions. I know staff and I had some questions, and so my hope is that we're able to use this platform going forward, and I can help answer some of those questions for you. So I did hear back from several of you, so I appreciate that. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I have 19 questions to kind of go over, and again, if I didn't answer your question, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'd love to get that question answered for you. So, first question I have is one student was wondering about the Woods classes. Woods class is a skills-based class, and so as of right now, you're not allowed to come up to school and work on your project. I know some of you have projects that you still got to do. I know some of you have equipment up here. I know there's a half-built shed out there. You guys have done a great job with that, but Mr. Lockhart should be emailing you kind of alternative assignments, if you will, for Woods class. I know on March 30th you're going to be able to come up and get some of the equipment that is yours, that if you paid for, you can come up and get. So be working and be talking to Mr. Lockhart with your Woods classes on how that class and those classes will look going forward. Second question I got is, will we still be able to follow a daily schedule, and how will attendance work? We will no longer have a daily schedule for you guys as we roll out some online classes for you next week. The method of delivery of those classes are going to come either online or in some handouts and some packet type work. And so we no longer have a daily schedule for you, so we're not going to be taking attendance. But I will say that I would encourage you to have a set schedule every day as best as you can. I know some of you have jobs. I know some of you are helping with siblings now. You're helping out your parents, which is all great stuff. But I would encourage you to set aside some time every day starting next week on March the 30th to kind of look through your email, look through your Google Classroom, and to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for those classes. But as far as attendance, as far as daily schedule, we will not have anymore. Next question I have is, if we start next week, then why am I getting assignments now? Yesterday I met with the teachers for the first time in small groups, kind of tasked them with getting in touch with you guys. We have some great planners here. We have a great staff here, and so you might have already heard from them, and they've already might have sent some stuff out to you, but no assignments are due this week. Again, next Monday on the 30th, you might have some day-to-day assignments. You might have some weekly assignments. It just kind of depends on the class and the teacher. Next question is, I don't understand classes enough to how to do them online. The next question after that is also, how will I do my math classes? If you're like me, you learn best with the structure of a classroom with a teacher in front of you. And so I am fully aware of what going online means to you. I know it'll be a challenge for some of us. It'll be a challenge for some of our teachers. I know all of our teachers and all of our staff here, we did not sign up for this job to not have you guys around. But we will be flexible right now. We're going to be positive. We're going to do this, because the higher ups, Governor Kelly, KSDE, local health department, Mr. Humberg, we will listen and be advised by all of those great people for the safety of you and for the safety of our staff. And so I would encourage you, if you're struggling with online learning, to reach out to the teachers. Make sure you're open and honest with them. Do the best that you possibly can. My hope is that then you can schedule some one-on-one time with them through Zoom or Skype or through Google Meets or some sort of platform that they will be using. But I would really just be open and honest with them. Make sure you're asking questions. doing the best that you can to kind of get through this next 8 to 9 weeks. Next question I have is, how long will online classes last? Or what does that look like? As of right now, K-12 schools are shut for the rest of this school year. So there's about 8 or 9 weeks left of our school year, and so we're going to use 2 of the 3 platforms from KSDE as of right now. The first platform will be online through Google Classroom or through some sort of email or through some sort of online delivery method. The other option we're going to use right now is some packet pickup. If you don't have internet access, don't have the means, that we will get some information, we'll get some assignments out to you. The third option that KSDE talked about was face-to-face instruction with small group with under 10 people at a time. We're not there yet as a district. We're going to wait and see if there's any new information that comes out in the coming weeks as far as is it in the best interest of you and our staff to kind of come up in regards to the safety to learn with small group. You said that you could pick up our stuff on Monday, but you also said school is starting up then. Yes, Monday's an important day. We also were tasked by KSDE to kind of have a come and go pickup time for each of you. Here we're going to do, if your last name is A to M, Monday the 30th from 9 to 11 in the morning. You can come up to our parking lots. We'll have tables out, kind of be of a grab and go. If there's anything that you have that is of the teachers or coaches, feel free to bring that stuff up then. Also, if there's stuff that we have that is yours, I mean, we're going through the lockers, we're going through PE. You might have some welding materials. You might have some art projects or supplies. The teachers know, and they're scanning their room as to far as what is yours. And so, if you're sitting at home and you're thinking about, well, I have this or that here, feel free to reach out to the teachers, and we'll get that stuff out to you. On Monday the 30th, again, it's A to M, last name, in the morning. And then if your last name is N to Z, come in the afternoon from 1 to 3. And that is district-wide K through 12, kind of a grab and go pick up time. So be thinking about that. The next question I have is, why did Marion Florence schools decide to close? There's no reported cases here. Again, we're going to lean on the side of caution and safety. Governor Kelly, if you were to research that a little bit more, K-12 schools are currently closed for their traditional setting. And so as of last Tuesday, we knew that you guys would not be able to come up and we could not have classes as normal going forward. So we're advised of that, and it's not just us, it's not just in our county, it's not just the counties that have cases right now, it's statewide. And last night I read an article that 45 states currently have K-12 schools closed, and so we are one of those 45 states currently that K-12 schools are closed. Hutch Welding, there was a question about for you 7. Yes, we're still going to have transportation. I'll get some information out to you on that, but we will have transportation for you starting in the next few weeks. Next question, you talked about getting our stuff. I have a lot of welding supplies. Again, on Monday the 30th, we're going to have tables set out, mainly by the main door, but then also out by the PE, the gym, and then the ag shop. And so we'll have tables out there that if you have supplies out that way, you're going to be able to pick up. And we'll have teachers and custodians, and we'll have some people there to kind of help you out. But if you know that you have something here that is yours, I would be emailing Mr. Meyer, Mr. Lockhart, any of your teachers. I know Coach Kraft and them are going through, the PE stuff, and so I would be in contact with your teachers as much as possible. Is it possible for the school to reopen before the end of the school year? At this time, on this date, no. We were advised, and K-12 schools are closed for the remainder of this school year. And so unless something drastically happens and Governor Kelly comes back out and says, we're back open, we're going to remain shut, and then we're going to continue on with our at least 2 means right now, which will be the online and then also some packet work. how and when will we do graduation? Seniors, we will honor you. I know there's been lots of emotions this last week for you guys. I know we've had on our end lots of emotion. That is a very important event, probably one of the most important events of your life. And so we know that. I completely understand that, and we will honor you. I'm not sure what that looks like if we're still at the under 10 in a setting at that time. But we will honor you, and we'll have more information that will come out to you in the coming weeks. Next question is, are there any plans to reschedule prom? And as of right now, no. Again, that prom gathering would fit under the restrictions of, it'd be more than 10 of us, and it'd be more than 50 of us like it was this past week. And so unfortunately, due to the closing of schools, with the idea of trying to keep everybody safe, we will not have prom. I know I met with the prom or the junior sponsors this morning. We had a good discussion about what we need to do going forward. I do know that there was a really active junior prom committee that I would like to talk to. So if that was you, please reach out to me. I'd love to bounce some ideas off of you on how to celebrate you guys for next year when you guys are seniors. But more information will come out. But I'd like to talk to the junior prom committee. So when you get a chance, make sure you shoot me an email. On the same lines, are there going to be any plans to reschedule senior skip day or camp out? I know there's tradition here, and I respect that, but no. Those events will not happen this spring. Senior skip day, I'm not sure how that would work as of right now with keeping groups smaller than 10, and then with no school. I don't know if we could have a skip day with 6 or 7 of you. So same thing with the camp out. We've been advised to kind of keep students away and staff away as much as possible. A lot of our teachers are working from home now. Setting up Zoom conferences and so on. And so as of right now, we're being told to keep everybody away. What's going to happen with graduation invites is another question I got. So we're going to be working with Jostens. If we have your cap and gown, if we have stuff that you paid for, Monday the 30th is very important that you come up and get that stuff for pictures, or if we have invitations, or if we have anything that you paid for, we will give back to you. So just be thinking about that. But we will continue to work with Jostens, and we will continue to, if we get new stuff in, then we will call you and make sure that we get that stuff to you. What's the plan for Mr. Meyer's welding class? We can't exactly weld online is another question. You're exactly right. That goes back to the skills-based class. Mr. Meyer does a great job, and I know that's a concern of his and a concern of yours and mine as well. We will be creative during this time. I know we're not the only school that has a welding program or skills-based classes. During this time, we're just going to have to get creative and go online and or packet pickup or some sort of packet type learning going forward. And so he'll be in touch with you. The hope is that we can eventually get you guys in small groups in here. But right now we're planning for the worst and not to see small groups under 10 people in here for the rest of the school year. Next question is, how will teachers grade our work? Again, continue to look online, check your emails every day. It's going to be up to the teachers on how they grade. We will continue to print the DNF list every week, so I know kind of where you're at. Make sure you're keeping up and making sure you're in communication with your teachers every day. Some of the teachers will have day-to-day assignments. Some of them will have a weekly assignment. It's just going to be up to them, and it's going to be up to the class. So just make sure you stay up to date with them. The last question I got is, will school still end on May 21st? Yes, freshmen through juniors, May 21st will be our last day. Seniors are still set to end May 7th. Master schedule will still stay the same, so we'll take 4 days off for Easter break. So follow along with our master schedule. I'm about out of time here, but I do appreciate each and every one of you. I miss you guys. I miss seeing you guys in the hallway. I will be in touch in the coming days, but if you have other questions, feel free to reach out to me. Stay safe and take care.